And I would just buy token 28 directly with Pulse or Janus. And there's 2.5K liquidity currently on that.
And each
the reason being is you end up with a lot of trading fees. Go ahead.
Each of the 28 is paired with Janus and Pulse.
Yeah, so every tower token is paired with the one below it. So like tower number 14 is paired with 13 and 15. So you can go up or down the tower, or directly to Janus or directly to Pulse. So 28 tokens times 3 pairs. It's a shitload of LPs.
It really is. It must have been quite a bit of time spent creating them all. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Totally worth it. I'm loving this experiment. It's really doing as intended. I love it. And so, like I said, what I've learned from this, it's been live for 2 weeks now. Let's see.
Yeah, 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah. July 25th is when it launched.
Nearly 3 weeks then.
And going on that, yeah. So in the process, what I learned is as an individual user, you're really better off just buying in directly from a Pulse pair. Now, 90% of the supply of token 28 is paired with token 27. So like when I launched this, 99% of all tokens went into LPs. 1% went into the buy and burn. 0 founder allocations. I'm not earning anything off of taxes, nothing like that. This is purely a Janus volume machine is really what it is. And a massive game of buy low, sell high. And you'll see, as we dive into it, you'll see like every buy and sell creates arbitrage across several pairs. But yeah, so this is token 28. If you buy, like if you scroll through here, you'll see with every purchase, there's basically a sell followed behind it, and every sell has got a purchase behind it, and that's like I said, the arbitrage volume. And really, the magic behind it all is I'll need to go to the buy and burn to show you what's going on, what's propelling this token. If you give me a moment, my internet is slow AF.
Yeah, I went in and picked up $25 of each pair. I picked up a little bit of Janus, even though dude said, hey, you know, Janus is an inflationary token. I said, I don't care. I want a little bit of that one too. So, yeah, I'm ready for whatever happens.
All right, here's the buy and burn. Like I said, we put in 85 million Pulse to kickstart this. We've still got 69 million still going. So we've hardly used any of this buy and burn. So if that's a testament to like how well this is working. But basically this Pulse, like I was saying, users should just buy directly into whatever token they're looking for. If you want just, you know, minimal leverage, you could buy token 5 and you're only 5 layers deep. You want even more, you can go to token 20, or you can go all the way to the top of token 28 with the most leverage. But you can buy into any of those tokens directly. With the buy and burn, it's designed to run through the chain. So when you use Pulse, when you click this button, it's buying Tower 1 token directly with Pulse. And then it's just filling up that balance in here. And then you can click the next button. It's taking Tower 1, buying Tower 2. And that's pushing up the ratio between 1 and 2. And if you know anything about bond liquidity, ratios are where it's at. You know, so, and then with Tower 2, it's taking that and buying Tower 3 all the way down. And so every one of these clicks is buy pressure all the way up the tower. And so every time towers, go ahead.
Yeah, so you actually put the 81 million pulse in, and it starts off, and anything it buys, then the next swap becomes live, and somebody can just click down each time through all these 28 layers in the buy and burn.
Correct. Yeah, so right now, this is buying layer 1. And so there's 12,000 tokens, Tower 1 tokens sitting in the buy and burn that can only buy Tower 2.
Tower 2, yeah.
And then it's got 10,000 Tower 2 tokens that can only buy 3. And you go all the way down. And so some of these are available to be called right now. This one's ready in 53 seconds. They're currently running every hour. Every step you can run once an hour. Yeah, and then it goes all the way to 26, buying 27, and then 27 buys 28 and burns that supply. And so what you end up with is the buy and burn. Basically, one pulse is used 28 times to buy and burn token 28. It's really essentially what it is. And then what you end up with is something like this. And like I said, it's just getting started. This experiment, there's still a lot more to look at. This started at a 14K market cap. It's currently at 85K.
Which one?
Yeah, it's just, this is token 28 specific. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't switch tabs here. This started at 14K.
I'm actually calling the swaps as we go because it's every hour. Why not? You get a little incentive fee, so why not?
What does that the chart for number 27 look like?
It's here's 24. We'll go with that. Oh, there's 27. I'll go back to it. 24. So this started at a 28K. Every tokens 1 through 27, I started it at a 28K market cap. And then the last one, I started it at half that at 14K. So yeah, here's token 24. Looking somewhat similar. But yeah, it's got a little bit. You see pullbacks on some of the other tokens where 28 has just been. You can tell it's got that extra buy and burn pressure on it. And then let's see. We can look at one of the ratios as well to kind of show you where most of the liquidity at is in the tokens with themselves.
All right, so stupid question.
God,
is it not just the easiest thing to just go and buy token 28?
No, that's what I have learned that is the easiest thing is you just buy that and you're done. If you're trying to go to the top, like I said, you can always buy any of these tokens directly. But you know, if you're trying to just hold the top token, I would recommend buying it directly. You're going to, and probably in smaller buys. Like if you have $1,000, I wouldn't just do $1,000 buy. I would do, several $50 or $100 buys. Cause like I said, every buy is going to have arbitrage with all the extra pairs. You make a $50 buy and it's going to pull back like $20. And then, make another buy and it'll pull back. You'll get a lot better of a deal if you break your purchases up as opposed to just doing one massive one. So this is the ratio. This is the token 18 to token 19. If we can get a chart here. And you can see there was a buy and burn purchase right here. So it took token 18, bought 19, and it just put 19 in the buy and burn. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. The ratio, it started at one ratio. Every single token was 1-for-1, and then it's currently at 1.03. So token 19 is slowly separating from token 18. Not by a whole lot, only 3%. But when you look at that across 28 tokens that are slowly separating in ratio, when you look at token 1 to 28, it's separating 28 times faster. And so you're
is there,
just getting...
is there anything in the system so far that's out of whack? Or is everything kind of going as...
There's all of these tokens are just regular ERC20s, cap supply 1 million tokens, nothing special about them. But there are some tokens that are special. There's 7, 14, 21, 28. So every multiple of 7, there's 4 tokens that are a tax token. And they're 3% buy sell tax, 1.5% is reflections to holders, 1.5% goes to the token 28 buy and burn. So I've noticed there's a little bit of regularity with those tokens because there's really not much incentive to hold 19. I mean, there is, because it's the ratio is going up compared to 18, you know. But if you're holding token 21, you're actually earning reflections. So I've noticed the tokens 7, 14, 21, and 28, they're all slightly out of whack because there's lots of people that are, as they're buying along the tower, they're stopping and holding those tokens because you're earning reflections from all the volume.
So
and I'll show you, like,
this does look pretty epic what you've built again, dude. It just needs, I suppose all it needs is loads of, if this had loads of people participating and playing, you could see real fireworks in it.
Yes. I'm trying to show the Pulse Degens this is the game you want to be in. I think it's a lot of fun. And yeah, just to show, like, token 21, it's got a whole lot more tokens in the buy and burn. That's because of the tax. And if you see, like, 14, most of these have 20,000, 20,000. 14's got 48,000. So, like, all of that arbitrage volume is loading up this buy and burn at each of these tax tokens. See, like, 12,000 and 9,000, but token 7's got 49,000 in it. That's all the tax from buys and sells. And that's again where I really feel like it's confusing to people when you're like, hey, there's 28 tokens. They're like, how do I play this? That's why I try to simplify it. I'm like, just look at token 28 as the meme play. That's all you got to do is just buy and hold token 28 directly. Don't even worry about the other 27 tokens. In the background, this buy and burn is pushing all 27 of those tokens into 28, creating all that extra buy pressure.
All this stuff you're saying is quite easy for a lot of us to understand. The people that are here, but anybody that's coming in, retail new guys coming in here, 28 tokens, bonded liquidity, they'd be like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah,
but it really is pretty damn simple.
Right, and that's why I'm trying to just keep it simple. Because a lot of people are like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm like, just you buy, you got all these degens that are buying meme tokens that do absolutely nothing. It just has a pretty picture, some branding, and that's it. You can treat this the same way. If you're just looking at it at a chart level, which is what I'm really trying to attract to these people, is just, you're just looking at a chart. That's all you're doing. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? You're just buying and selling, trying to trade and make, buy low, sell high. That's the game you're trying to play. You can also just hold and earn reflections from all the people buying and selling. But that's, where I'm trying to keep it the most simple. And then if you want to dive into it more, that's when I'm saying, well, there's this buy and burn that's got $30,000 worth of tokens that are all buying and burning this single one token. It's got, I believe it was 9% of the supply is already burned on token 28 in the first 3 weeks.
That's a lot.
So
And what's our
plenty.
daily volume?
In what sense? What are you looking at?
That token 28, it's burned. What do you say there? 9%. And what is that token 28 we're looking at now? Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And what's that? 4K volume today?
Yes. Yes. Up 92%. Just hit 10 cents. That's amazing. So, yeah, I really am just trying to keep it simple. If I guess I should check the chat if people have questions, but really the simplest play is just, buy low, sell high on token 28. If you like reflections, then hold it, and your balance automatically grows as everyone else buys and sells. And then if you're familiar with buy and burns, this is like a buy and burn times 28. Think about every dollar that's in that buy and burn is used 28 times, essentially, which is really the experiment. And I don't know. I've had people going, well, where's the pullback? I'm like, I'm not the market TA guy. They think they're looking at, we'll see. We'll see.
I got a rebuttal to that. So in order to have a pullback, you got to have a seller. You got to be in it to be able to sell it. You got to have some to sell it. So if you don't have it, where's the pullback? Well, you got to add it first.
Yes.
Yeah. How many holders of token 28 are there?
Let's see. Very few. Very few.
4 or 5.
Most of this 23 holders.
Damn. Fucking hell. There's alpha right there. There's fucking so much of a ban burn here as pulse pumps.
So yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I just said as pulse pumps, you got that ban burn ban all the way up the tower. Leverage on leverage is words I've been hearing quite a lot lately. This is it taken to an extreme. But that 28 holders of token 20. What's it done in X's there already since launch? It's on a 2x today.
Yeah, let me just show this real quick. 94% of the LP is in token 27 to 28. Just like 95% of the token of 27 is between 26, 27, 27, 28.
That is really fucking
and
cool.
then you've got another. Yeah. All right, let me go back to the token 28. Let's measure this. Wait for it. 360 is what we're looking at so far. With 23 holders.
Crazy.
We got to spread this around all the different
stuff.
pulse chats. So we have started. There's so many pulse chain chats. They're like general degen chats, but most of them are pulse chain. And we're starting to spread the word. Like, not too many people know about it, but we are spreading the word. And I'll let Dude announce when, because we don't actually know when. But there's going to be a kind of a Janus Tower stream, and instead of it being a 1 hour burn, it'll be potentially lowered. So we could be extreme during that stream, an extreme stream.
Yeah, we're definitely. It's there's definitely a few
Yeah.
buys going in while we're on stream here, isn't there?
Yeah, it does look like it. There's a 130. This is another example, like, you know, of the arbitrage. You know, you got $130 buy, and then ARBs. This is all ARBs behind it. 66, 70, 87, 93. So like basically almost $100 in sales to match that $130 buy. And that's where you're getting like 10x the volume on Janus. Just from $1, you're getting $10 of volume on Janus because of all the LPs with Janus. You look at and look at Janus today. It's following suit with the tower. I mean, Janus is just massively green today as well. And that was like, you know, someone
Helios
was
is up 16%. I just checked.
Yeah.
Helios is up 16%, top of the Titan X chart.
Oh, somebody just dumped on stream. Somebody's taking the profit.
Oh, I missed it. I'm gonna pull back to it. But someone was giving me shit earlier. They're like, "How could you not own any of these tokens? You're lying to me. Like, who would launch a token and not have anything to benefit from it?" And I am not in the business of buying up a token and shilling it and dumping on my followers. Like, that's not how I operate. I have zero interest in that. What, you know, the whole point of this is to drive volume to the Janus. And that's where that supports me. You know, this whole tower game, there is zero founder team allocations. You know, I didn't give myself any of the supply. I don't get any of the tax, none of that. Like, the reason I launched this is to support the volume on Janus. And everybody knows tax tokens, these LP webs, volume is king, liquidity is king. And it is doing exactly as intended. $1 on the tower is creating $10 of volume in Janus. That's where Janus is winning. That's where the HLX ecosystem is winning. And that's where I'm doing my job as a founder. Like, I don't even need to play this game.
Yeah, no, 100%. You're totally right there. I mean, this is, I don't know, like, I can see people copying this idea as something just to add, you know, gamify their own token ecosystem. It's, go ahead.
I don't doubt somebody will want to copy me, and I will at least have the OG. You know, anybody that wants to clone it, I can point and be like, I am the front runner. I am the mastermind of this stuff.
Mastermind.
Maybe that's a bad word to use.
Word. I mean, no, it's a good word. It's a good word.
You don't see dude for 2 weeks. He's planning to kill everybody on Earth.
Hey, by the way, the Janus, so the Janus minting for HLX is at 1% ROI. It was minus 30% like a couple days ago. It's now 1%.
Yes, and again, this is exactly what Janus is designed to do. So the tower is supporting Janus. Janus is supporting the tower because a portion of the Janus tax is feeding this buy and burn. So like I was saying, Tower 28 has 5 tax tokens feeding the buy and burn. You got Janus, Tower 7, Tower 14, Tower 21, Tower 28. 5 tokens. That's where the magic of Tower 28 is. Now that's feeding, you know, like I was showing, 10x the volume on Janus. And what does Janus do? It supports HLX, because when someone sees that positive ROI, I can pull this up too. This is where everything I'm building is all intertwined. It's, you know, and I see some people that give me shit about, well, you're launching all these protocols and you're not supporting, like, every single one of my protocols are linked together in one way or another. And as time moves on, they just keep growing tighter and tighter together. So right here, you can mint Janus by burning HLX. Let's see. Let's go with 100 million. I'll go with 1 billion. No, that's too much. So you can come here to the website. This is app.helios.win/Janus. And you can put in 100 million HLX worth $22. Burn that. And you're going to pay a protocol fee of 1.6 million pulse and worth $84. So your total cost is $107. What you're going to get out of that is 1-for-1 HLX to Janus. So you're putting in 100 million HLX, you're getting 100 million Janus. Currently valued at $110. So right now you're technically positive, but this is factoring in Janus has a 3% tax. So if you mint this and then dump your Janus, you're paying 3%. So we didn't want users to get confused. So that's why it's showing negative still, because you got to factor in that 3% sell tax. But this right here, Janus, as it's burning and accumulating value, people are going to see the arbitrage. They're going to take their HLX and burn it and mint Janus. They can then immediately dump that Janus to get back their HLX position, plus all their pulse they used, and a profit. And in the process, what do we get? We get $84, 1.6 million in pulse. Where is that going? To the Janus Tower 28 buy and burn, to just keep pushing that up. And then as the tower keeps getting pushed up, it's going to keep pushing up Janus, and it's going to create more arbitrage opportunities and just this cycle. Like you're getting the protocol is retaining 80 to 90% of the value. Usually when you see these types of things like with Titan X and X28, the arbitrageurs are just dumping the price, and there's really not a whole lot coming back in. With this pulse fee, it's driving tons of value back into the ecosystem to keep it running longer and stronger. So I would keep an eye on this. Like James said, it was minus 30% 2 days ago. Janus is pumped 30%. We're at break even right now. If this keeps going the way it is, you might want to check this out. This is instant. There's no waiting 88 days, nothing. You click mint. These tokens are immediately in your wallet, liquid, to do what you want with them.
Nice.
I can tell you my experience if you want to know. Yeah, so Sunday, of course, I like to make all the mistakes first and make sure nobody else makes them. So I get out there first and do it. So I ran up the tower, and I could say that wasn't the preferred route, but I was just experimenting, because by the time I started with 500. By the time I got to the top, I had $240 worth of tokens at the Tower 28. However, that was at 0.03 level, and now we're at 10 cents. So I tripled that. So the 200 is now 600 and something. So I got my money back in a little bit. Now I can't walk back out of that because there's fees. So you have to let it get higher than that if he was to exit. But decided to do is I paired it with Smoke Token. And so Janus is also paired with Smoke Token. And that's in fact my largest LP with Smoke. And it is just doing amazing. So when Janus runs up, people won't have to go buy my Smoke from another pair to get it to come get that Janus cheaper. So it's moving Smoke up with it. So this arbitrage is it just reverberates.
Bonded liquidity is an amazing concept. That's one thing
most
that
magic I've
Pulse
ever
knows.
seen.
Yeah.
We all call it magic internet money, but bonded liquidity is like ultra magic, if there is such a word.
What is the taxes on the tokens? What is it? 7,
14, 21, 28.
28. What is the
3%?
3%.
1.5% in reflections to holders, and 1.5% to the Tower 28 buy and burn.
All right, so 1.5% reflections. You could potentially get yourself a nice chunk of the supply of one of those tokens at this minute in time. And the fact that every trade is going to burn through or create additional trade, additional volume, additional reflections, seems like a fucking no-brainer to grab something in the tower and yeah, see where it goes.
There's a lot of ways to play. Like I said, like you don't have to go to the 28th level of leverage. You can just go to level 7, and like you're saying, just hold.
What if most of the trading, just what if most of the, forget about the Bamber, what if most of the trading is happening at the higher end of the scale, like between tokens 21 to 28? Does that affect anything lower down, or does that keep going up the way?
That's a good question. I would say you probably are going to get less direct volume from traders, but think about this. It's still creating massive amounts of arbitrage between all the Janus pairs. And Janus is earning pulse from the tax and putting pulse in the buy and burn. So even if you're sitting in token 7, you're still winning from all the volume that's above you from token 8 to 28. Yeah, you're not affected by the price volatility of that, but you're still getting all of the benefit of the extra taxes, the pulse that the Janus is putting into token 1, and that token 1 buying all the way up to 7.
Just trying to show what's happening, what's actually happening here.
I can't imagine why anybody wouldn't want to be in 28 and just stay there and just let the rest of the system arb out, because 28 is where all the buy and burn is going.
This is just like, this is happening on as we're chatting here. This it was up at 100%. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I have to admit, I'm buying that at $20 a pop. Last 6 or 7 buys. There's other people buying too, but I'm buying it, and I'm planning to add this to my LP.
And again, I'm measuring from the top to that wick down, that one green candle wick. That's 27% drawback. That's by design. This is creating insane volatility on this token, which is a trader's paradise. If you're trying to buy low, sell high, you can sit here and get in and out of this super quick and make, 20% gains. But in the process, you're paying that 3% tax. You're supporting every dollar is adding $10 of volume in Janus. So even if you're just getting in and out and trying to make quick bucks, what you're doing is putting more pulse in the buy and burn that is inevitably going to run all the way up the chain and push up this token 28 times for every dollar. So I am welcoming the traders to short-term play this. The long-term holders are going to love it because, again, massive volatility equals lots of volume, more reflections for them. And they know that buy and burn is going to come. It's running. It will catch up. It will catch up. So, and it's already back green again, like that. But this is exactly what I wanted to see.
Yeah, it's good to see this actually happening just while we're on stream. That you can see the thing, how much it can pump and dump, and all the little things going on with it. It's pretty epic.
Yeah.
All right, let's check in with the chat quickly. Got Utah trolling 4,600. JK, amazing work, dude. Baby DragonX 8 to 5 grand. Crypto Awesome popping in. What's up, legends? Good to see you, Dave. Hope all's going well. JMO Crypto. I'm doing the reflection play for the moment. Nice to hear it. PTGC got big being a multi-liquidity pairs play, paying reflections. What is this? Janus. This is the Janus or Janus. What do you prefer, dude? Does it matter?
I don't care, but
I don't care.
I've been told it is Janus. Like if you want to be proper,
Janus Tower.
like
Hopefully you've
with a
been watching,
Y.
paying attention. It's kind of similar, dude. Way cooler mechanics to PTGC. Is that a question?
So again, like so, if you want to compare PTGC, which pretty much everybody in Pulse is familiar with, Janus is the comparison there. Not Janus Tower, but Janus the token. It is the LP web, and the difference between that and PTGC is it's not just Pulse tokens. We've bridged over pretty much all of the Titan X tokens from that whole ecosystem, and they're all paired with Janus. So if you know anything about bond liquidity, and everybody's expecting Pulse to just pump, and that's going to pump the whole ecosystem, and that's going to pump PTGC. Well, Janus has got its foot in both sides. If Pulse pumps, so will Janus. If Titan X pumps, so will Janus. So, Janus is bullish on both ecosystems, Pulse and Titan X. And then you've got the Janus Tower, which is completely built on top of the Janus LP web. So one ecosystem, but there is a separation there. And Janus has been live for about a year now. It's been doing. There's literally no holders of Janus, and it is still pumping out tons of volume and taxes. You go to the Janus top 50, they're all LPs. There is not a single human in the top 50 of Janus holdings, which is, I think, where are you going to find that in any other crypto?
That's fucking insane, dude. It really is. And even just watching this, we've had 1.6k of volume. It was 4k volume when we started streaming talking about this. I know there's people that are watching just starting to actually have a little bit of a nibble, but yeah, like we've created, or there has been another 1.6k of volume just while we're chatting. You can see every single transaction triggering more things happening live on screen here.
Yeah, I could say I got to keep adding slippage to the son of a bitch.
I just hit it at 10%. Like I haven't had a trade fail yet at 10%, but yeah.
I started at 3.1. I'm up to 4 already.
Oh, just can't put it at 10. Fuck it. If you don't want to be bothered with it.
I know who has time to waste on stuck transactions or failed transactions. Just
exactly
pick that baby up.
Ram it in, huh?
Ram it in there.
Are you more bullish, dude, on Janus or Janus Tower for multiple X's? Oh, that's a tough question to ask. I don't know whether you can answer that, can you?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to answer that specifically, but I will point out that Janus is mintable. And again, I'm going back to the website. It is now at a 4.5% positive ROI to mint Janus. And
the reality of this game, and I'll hold my hands up. I've listened to you talk about it, but seeing it work here in reality and digging a little bit deeper into it, if this thing gets any sort of number of people playing it and watching it on a daily basis, the volume could be absolutely insane.
It could be, and that's where the game, like the tower on its own, I think is the premier thing that I want people looking at, because that's really, like, I get on all of my protocols, I get so many people that are like, this is too boring, you're too long-term minded, like everything I'm building is this slow, massive snowball that's just slowly going, and like, I call them zombie protocols. Even with not a single human in the ecosystem, it is still going to continue building and momentum and moving forward, because we've got all these mechanisms in place that don't even need humans. Bots keep this thing running, and that's for HLX, E280, all these protocols. And that's when I realized, okay, I got enough people that are complaining. They want the excitement. They want that 10x, 100x play. This is what the tower is designed for. These massive ups and downs. That, you know, you want to gamble on a token that's got massive volatility. This is the play. This is designed to have that volatility. And in the background, it is again feeding this huge machine where Janus LP Web has 0.4% liquid supply. 0.4. Like 99% of the supply is either in LPs or burned. Like that is the monster that this can be. And we're not even talking about humans even touching the LP web. You know, like all they got to do is play this game. And in the background, it's just creating massive amounts of volume. And keep your eyes on HLX. I'm telling you, this machine is going to burn a ton of HLX moving forward. And it's going to put a ton of pulse in the 28 tower buy and burn. And then it's just going to keep fueling all those traders to keep playing this buy low, sell high game. I'm really excited to see this. I speculate that there will be minus 70% drawbacks with people buying and dumping tokens. The volatility works both ways. You know, you're looking at this. It's, you know, it's easy to pump it with the 28 layers of tokens, but you got to remember it's just as easy to dump it with 28 layers of tokens. But again, like that's by design. And that's really where the excitement is. And now if you're a degen that wants to day trade, I think this is the token for you to play.
Yep. We can see it live here at the minute. So it's an absolute beast of a protocol, and the simplicity of it is yeah, I know it's difficult to explain the 28 towers, but the actual the way it works and the simplicity of how it's put together is yeah, it's another great creation, dude. I love it. I really do love it. I wish I'd have been paying more attention when prices were down here.
I let it run for 2 weeks before I really tried to start, pushing the marketing. I didn't want, there was plenty of time for anybody that's following me to have found this token. If you're paying attention,
yeah,
it's on TitanX Hub. You go to the portfolio page, you'll see it in there. If you buy these tokens and hold it, you'll see that in your portfolio. It's not on the front page because it's not a TitanX token directly. This is more of a Pulse chain token. The primary pair is Pulse and Janus, which is
you go to the portfolio and you click, it'll show up all 28. If you have them in your portfolio, you can track your values in there.
Exactly. And all the reflections that you're earning from the tax tokens, all that'll show up in there with USD values. Okay. So shout out to Mike. Thank you.
Keep pumping, baby. All right. Okay, dude. Awesome coverage of that. James, what are you hitting? 5 a.m. there at the minute now? Is there anything you want to have a look at or cover?
I mean, the big news is not Uranus anymore. We've been talking about Uranus for a long time. I mean, the big news is the TitanX 6-pack club, which people always asking in all the threads and all the telegrams. When public testnet? How does it really work? Please tell me. Who can I bribe? I think somebody asked that in one of the threads. Who can I bribe to tell us? Trust me, we are as excited as you to launch public testnet, but it's a platform. It is not a protocol. It is a platform, a utility platform, and it's complex. It's got those V4 hooks, and V4 hooks are fairly new. They're not brand new, but there's a lot of complexity behind them, and if you don't do them right, they're not efficient. So that's what you got to really delve into. We got a whole team of devs. We've got some very competent people. It's going to be fully audited, and we're not going public testnet until the actual full first audit starts. And 3 of the founders are right here. So the big news is, to me, that's the real game changer. Like the Janus Tower is just something fun to play. Just something fun, like to pass the time. Yeah. But the big thing is that if Janus Tower does extremely well and dude works out all the kinks, who knows? We might see something over on base. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, I'm so damn excited. I'm really trying hard not to hype this six pack protocol, this platform. I don't want to do that. Just like Jake, he's building. Is he doing any hype? No, he's just heads down building. He said himself he will come back when it's time, when he's ready, when he is close. He will start pushing it and hyping it. I feel the same way with this. This is a massive endeavor, and no doubt we've had setbacks and delays, almost to be expected, really. But we are finally getting to that light at the end of the tunnel. We are so close to being able to reveal what we're building and put it out there in a public test net.
You know, it's funny
What's
because
up?
you're saying three of the founders of three of the six pack are here. I'm not one of them. And usually when you're chatting to all, you know, usually even for me when I'm chatting to people, you hear a lot of things about what's going on with different projects, what people are building. I have no idea what the fuck it is you build. You know, Dave was in the chat earlier on. You know, I chat to Dave as well. He's in the six pack. Smooth in the six pack. I chat to all you people, and I have no idea what it is you're building.
Tight lips sink. Loose lips sink ships. That's what they say. So I mean, I'm the only one who talks, and if you listen to the Titanx weekly spaces, you'll find that James says the same 25 words in 25 different ways. Because yeah, all we can say is V4 hooks, utility platform, coming soon.
Yeah. Rich,
It's going to be fun to play with.
Oh my God.
Just one last thing I want to point out. The website is looking so clean. We've put so much time and effort into it. I really love the way it looks. The colors, it's so clean. Like,
look and feel.
I'm excited to showcase it. Yeah. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, so I just want to say my experiment with this Janus Tower is I kind of feel like I'm not really thinking about it to enter and exit as a sale, although that's probably a viable strategy. I'm looking at trying to acquire a little bit and then place it in LPs, because the Janus token itself, I have multiple Janus LPs because I went into the promo with several of the tokens that I was sitting on, because when I'm on Pulse Chain, I got token balances. I don't want to just let them sit there and do nothing. I'm putting them in LPs so that they can be bought. So I started pairing with Janus. So this is massive arbitration bots, whatever trades in my LPs. So I'm looking at it that way. I put 500 in on Sunday, and I had 200 and something when I got to the top. Now it's worth 600, but that's sitting in the LP. So that's just the way I'm looking at this. Is I'm not trying to scalp it. I'm just going to have some and just let it run and let it stay in the LP. I'm paired with 28 right now. 28 in SMOKE has a pair. It's a small pair, but that sucker's up 71%.
Let me add a little bit to that. So you asked me earlier, you know, any news. So we bridged BDX, Baby DragonX, and Scale over. First time we bridged it over to Pulse Chain. We've already entered the LP Tower with BDX, and I think we'll be entering with Scale shortly. Dude has to do a little get out the toolbox and work on something there for us. And we've also bridged over 1 billion of the Omnichain SMOKE, which I was super surprised. I'm like, Rich, 1 billion is worth $400? My goodness, I thought it was worth like $150. And you know, and obviously the Dragon Horde is doing very well. Like when green candles are the best marketing, Dragon Horde went from $2,200 up to like $6,000 in a week and a half.
Yeah, James, as I told you, this ain't the cheap smoke. This is some good shit here.
That's the good shit, the good ganja,
Yeah, SMOKE's going to be a lot of fun. In my opinion, SMOKE will be a lot of fun later on in the bull run. I'm tinkering with it, but my main focus is the six-pack project, and I also have something else I'm messing with in the background. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm tinkering. Like James said earlier, the Janus Tower was just something we can have fun with. I'm looking at SMOKE the same way. Just having fun with it until we get the other projects out, and then all of it's still there. I mean, it's not a vanilla meme. It's actually got some interesting things going on with SMOKE. It's got LPs across Binance, Base, Ethereum, Pulse Chain. It even has a tax token over on Base where it started from. It's definitely not your vanilla meme, but it's not getting any traction. But you know what? I don't care. Money's just sitting in the LP. I said I could leave it there for 10 years.
By the way, Ali, I wanted to ask you a question. So Blaze, Inferno, Inferno X, are they tax tokens or are they no tax tokens?
No taxes. No
That's
taxes.
very good. So the utility platform loves no tax tokens. That's all I'm going to say. I say it all the time. So the no tax tokens, the founders who have launched no tax tokens are going to be all smiles whenever we launch. And those founders who have tax tokens will probably launch non-tax tokens just because of it.
I think it's great. You could actually have a convertibility. There is some sort of union you could make between the tax and the non-tax versions. You don't have to have the same name like I did, but you could actually do something that could benefit the non-tax token. Yeah, there's just all kinds of things. This is DeFi. I mean, the opportunities and options are endless.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Titan X28. It's it's an easy way to you can convert one token to another. You're still retaining, that connection to the previous token. Yeah, that's basically what Smoke did. It originally was a reflection token. Now you can mint from the reflection token to the non-tax token 1-for-1. You can't go back, which is part of the game that I love. It's a one-way street. But yeah, like if you need the non-tax version of Smoke, it's there. You just use the one you've got, mint it into the other one. It's now wrapped into the new token, and you're free to bridge it to all these chains: Pulse Chain, Binance, Base, always expanding. But then there's still value for those OG holders because they're now getting more reflections off the OG Smoke because there's fewer supply. Because all these other people that have wrapped over and moved on to other chains, that doesn't stop the reflections from the original supply. So it's all of this stuff. It's so fun. I love crypto. I love the programmable sense of DeFi. It's like Lego blocks with your money. You can build anything on top of other things, and this is so much fun.
Yeah,
I would not want to be anywhere else.
There's a lot of complexity in a lot of these things. Like even Smoke being on so many different chains, having a tax version, a non-tax version, being able to mint one for the other, and arbitrage straight away. There's a lot of sort of complexities, but like we've come such a long way. When you look at what Titan X was before we all started really building, like could you imagine would be here building all the different things we're doing now? What are we, like, coming up to maybe 2 years down the line, and multiple protocols and just innovation happening all like nearly on a weekly basis here at the minute. I'm sitting here and working on 2 different projects in the background. I haven't even started to talk about things that are going to bring more to the Titan X ecosystem. Yeah, it's fucking good times ahead, and the markets are looking ripe and ready for us all. Right at a good time here.
Oh man, I want to shine the spotlight on you. So let's grill you. What you got going on in the background here? Can you tell
us anything, Alan?
No, nothing. We haven't okay. So obviously, me and you, Todd, bought the other 6 guys out of the Blaze protocol. I've had this diamond, this flaming diamond behind me for a long time. But we took over two weeks ago, and we haven't even.
Was that public? I didn't see that announced.
Yeah, we haven't done much. We mentioned it on the space. It happened like Saturday 2 weeks ago. Saturday 2 weeks ago. We bounced on the space because one of the members had kind of put out that they were leaving, and good luck to the new owners. So I felt I had me and Utah bounced on the spaces mentioned, but we haven't even talked about anything happening with Blaze yet. Nothing hasn't even been mentioned. So can I say anything yet? No, I don't want to say anything yet. But do we have, it's like we're probably going to have within a couple of months, we're probably going to have 4 or 5 different utilities, different ways to use Blaze. There is a bit of alpha right there. Nobody's paying attention to Blaze. It's one of the protocols that has, call it what you want, but it starts off every single day with a positive ROI. There is, there's profit to be made in the auctions of Blaze most days. Few people are starting to, maybe look and see that we're, throwing a few posts out that, we didn't take. I put a post out a couple of days ago saying we didn't take Blaze over just to sit and do nothing. So maybe a few people are starting to pay a little bit of attention. There is more activity in the auctions than there has been for quite some time, but there is real fucking utility. There's real announcements coming to the Blaze protocol. It was soul destroying, absolutely soul destroying to watch a protocol that 8 of us put so much time, effort, and energy kind of just, okay, you could be harsh and just say wither away after the Diamond Hand Club closed. Blaze was a wonderfully built protocol, but a lot of it was focused on, the first 365 days, and running up to that, the close of the Diamond Hand Club. We tried as a team of 8 to come together. It was too difficult to manage 8 people. I know you guys are working 16, seems to be working well. We were great working together to get the thing built, get the thing launched, and we put the same energy into getting Inferno launched. But once that happened, everybody had different focuses, different energies. So to sit back for the last year and kind of watch everybody, and I was as guilty as everybody else. I had plenty of other things that I was getting on with myself, and Blaze kind of get left to its own devices. It is a fully decentralized protocol. It doesn't need anything, it doesn't need anybody to do anything for it to continue to do what it's supposed to do. But it's going to have some pretty epic shit getting built on top of it, and add utility pretty damn soon. So I'm not even in a position. I've actually got some massive, awesome announcements to come in the next week or two. But we haven't even given any hints about anything that's coming yet. But I'm excited. It's really nice to have been a part of the Blaze team, a part of and be that and have a part of that history of the Titan X ecosystem. But to actually now be, in almost, me and Utah, we've got control over it at the minute, and to actually I feel like an owner of that protocol now, where I never did before. I feel like an owner of a really awesome protocol, and it has so much capability that and so much potential that we will hope to utilize. That's the main thing going on, because I've been pretty quiet for the last 2 weeks. If you even go and flick down through my X feed, I haven't even had time to post because of the things that I've been working on in the background at the minute. It's difficult to keep on top of everything.
Yeah, I feel like you've kind of gone full circle on this stream. You were talking about Eric posting about so much is going on in the background. Everybody here on this stream has stuff they're doing that they don't want to release info on just yet. And that includes like people not on the stream. Like Eric is building, Jake is building, all these other devs. Like there's so much going on. If you know how to play the game.
Yeah, I think a big thing we've all learned through this journey is we don't need to talk about the things we're doing until they're kind of, a bit closer to being ready. I think, in the early days of building, we were all so keen to talk about what we're doing in the background, talk about what we have coming. And you end up talking about these things for such a long period of time that now I think we've all learned that it's better to just sit. We only really need, we're gonna launch something. We only really need 3-4 weeks to talk about it, to educate, and it's better to have everything, all the ducks lined up, ready to go. And then whenever you're you can hit the ground hard. You can stream, you can educate, you can talk about it, you can promote, you can tweet, you can do all the things and give all the energy to the protocols you're launching, rather than having this big long drawn out thing where you're talking about something for forever. But like you motherfuckers in the Six Pack project.
I mean,
We
we
would
signed
be-
we signed the statement of work on March 26th, and we've been talking about it for 60 days previous to that. So that it's a very long time. It's a very long
But
time.
we would be
But
quiet if people weren't.
I've got endless energy, so it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's only people grilling us to give out info. Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about it or hyping it.
Yeah, right.
So.
We've been working on it so long, I forgot what we even doing.
I had to, so whenever we joined the StreamYard, I had to change my name in the stream. Thank goodness I did that. Because we generally, as a team, we generally do use StreamYard. And I'm like, oh, I should probably take that name off. Yeah, that's probably a good thing to remove.
Yeah.
I was just so like that's sort of what I wanted to show. Just want to show the Blaze protocol. I mean, even
Take a look.
the people didn't even realize for a long time, people not paying attention. There was a few, a small number of players participating in the Blaze auctions pretty much every day, being able to enter the auction and sell on market for. There was people making, there was a guy making maybe over $100 a day because nobody else was paying attention. Real easy money. Now, obviously, we're trying to bring more attention in. And kind of close down this ROI, so it's not just one or two people taking the value each day. But like even today, there's 14% ROI still sitting left on the table. Day 413. Can't believe it's taken so long. But I wanted to have a look quickly, just to show people the Blaze price chart. It has been, obviously Blaze was built for staking. I think there's still something like 85% of Blaze that's ever been claimed through the auctions is staked. The chart day 365 was somewhere around here. You could see it was just kind of floating along. Day 365 was a massive day for the protocol. And in a way, there's not much to do with Blaze at the minute. There's not much to do with it because everybody that was like most people that were playing the Blaze game were going in max staking to get their cut of the diamond hand pool. That kind of closed around here, and you can see it's kind of still going down. But we're hoping to really start to try and turn this thing around because, like I say, it was something that works so flawlessly. There is so much that can be done with the Blaze token and the Blaze project.
I got a question for you. And you can answer or not answer if you don't want. So if Blaze is a zero tax token, why did you make it a V2? Because you could be claiming fees off of that. Did you not want to do that? Did you guys not really care about that? Because there's tons of fees.
We don't want to talk about their V2 debacle.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those things. Don't bring it up. Okay, I didn't bring it up. Forget anything.
I'm joking.
Yeah, he's joking. Yeah, I can't actually remember the reasoning behind it at the time. Really can't.
I think you guys just wanted a more decentralized approach. With V2, you can't have the single-sided liquidity. It's more of a fair approach. It's a very simple style pool where there's no single-sided liquidity. There's no LP games to be played. It's just pure DeFi of like a very simple pool. You buy and sell.
Yeah, I think that was a big part of the thinking back in the day, and then all the fees were just going straight back in, locked back into the liquidity.
Yeah,
pool.
it gets auto compounded in V2. So
yeah,
the debacle is the buy and burn, really. But we're through that.
Yeah, the buy and burn, especially on Inferno.
Yeah.
But I want to flick down here as well. We do have. Oh, it's gone. No transactions. We've got the Blaze LP set up over on Pulse Chain. We're going to be starting to thicken that up over there. There is an Inferno pool, which is 2.5K liquidity. Somebody else had already created this pool at the wrong ratio. but we've thickened it a lot over the last few days. So Inferno's over on Pulse Chain, Blaze is going to be Blaze is over on Pulse Chain, and yeah, we're going to be starting to thicken these pools up, as are many other people, many other builders from TitanX.
I can say personally, I couldn't be happier with Blaze potential. I mean, specifically because I'm a staker at heart. Always stake everything I can because it protects me against myself. I'm flighty. I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck. At the moment, so if I stake, I'm protected. Anyway, with Blaze, I set a personal target. I said, when this day 365 clicks, I'm gonna have 10% of that pool. And that was my mission all year long. And boy, I was doing good until this last push, whatever y'all started talking about. I said, shut up. Everybody started coming in and diluting me. Long story short.
Yeah, there was a big push. We did start streaming about it just to get, and felt like you had to give people the opportunity. But yeah, there was a lot of activity in the last few days. I had started at that point. I had people DMing me saying, "Oh, is it worth getting a diamond hand ticket at the minute?" There were only like at the end, Rich. There were only like $400. I think each one. You can see there now. Anybody that came in and scooped the diamond hand ticket, I think they're up about a 2x at the last minute.
Yeah, so I couldn't be happier to hear there's a future for Blaze because I invested with that mindset, with thinking that we could revive Blaze one day and have ETH payouts come back. I mean, who doesn't want ETH payouts, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We got even that diamond hand pool, it was teetering around just below 500,000 for quite a long time. It's taken a nice juicy jump. Yeah. So.
I think by the time that pays out, it'll be over $1 million. That's I think that's a pretty easy target to hit.
Yeah, I think so too. And then I just want to mention before we start sort of wrapping up and the trade brawl, the Taurus Titans trade brawl prize pool. This will change obviously over the course of the next 88 days. But just the fact that there's only 22 people that registered and with a chance of winning a big chunk of this 42k prize pool. So anybody that bought a ticket has got a real nice game to play in about 6 weeks' time.
I cut you guys some slack. I only bought one ticket.
So you're not a whale in this one? You're a whale everywhere else, but not here, huh? Okay.
Teasing because I won season 1.
Yeah, that was a huge one. Wasn't it $15,000 or something?
It was probably more than that overall.
More than 15,000. Wow.
Overall.
Be interesting to see just what have you actually looked at it and seen what that was worth when you won it compared to what it's going to be worth whenever the Pulse tops out.
God, it sold all that Pulse.
I know, of course you did. It's because you fucking fingers in every pie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and again,
Pulse is like TitanX. It's just a fuel token. You use it to do something else.
Yeah, it's like this was a little bit disappointing to only get 22 people registered, but I'm not too bothered at all. I'm looking forward to getting this going, and then we'll be able to add, more of these games to more protocols within TitanX as well over the next year or so.
I absolutely could not understand how we couldn't get but 22 people. You should have had at least every single Taurus person in there for $100. I mean, that was just a steal of a deal to get in and have a chance at that. I mean, 22 people. I'm competing against 22 people for that 42 grand. I'm bringing my game
for $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else you guys want to cover or chat about?
I think I'm good.
ETH 4,500, 4,600. I think I saw.
That's what I was going to ask. How you feeling about the market at the minute, dude?
Amazing. I definitely hold ETH. always will be a ETH holder. And I love to see it. And I I hate to even bring up the V1 buy and burn for Titan X, but it's looking mighty fine right now. It's funny. Somebody was posting about Richard Hart's fund, and they're all talking about like it's part of the Pulse Chain community owns that, and it's like, no, that's Richard Hart that owns those hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
He could disappear tomorrow and just party, for the rest of his life and not give two shits about Pulse Chain. But everyone's like, that's gonna pump our bags. Pulse is gonna 100x because Richard Hart has all this ETH, and it's like, that's a lot of faith. It's a lot of trust. And then you compare that to the buy and burn, which is controlled by Jake. But I'll tell you one thing that's different is it can only do one thing. It can only buy and burn Titan X. It's not just funds in a wallet that could disappear. It can only buy Titan X. Now, is it going to be tomorrow or 10 years from now? I don't know. But it can only do one thing. And that's, if you're trying to believe in something, to me, this is a much easier belief than the whole Pulse Richard Hart treasury. Like, this is sitting here in a smart contract. There's no rugging that contract. It is there to do one thing. And to me, that's way easier to believe in than anything else. So, yeah, it's looking good.
That's it. The dude loves his code.
I do.
Code is law, even though I don't.
It is.
I don't like that phrase as much because I read a book about it that had that in there. But code is, if it's immutable and it's secure, the code is the code. You're not changing the code. So, similar story on DragonX too. Day 888 is coming, 240 days away, 235 days away, and the most obvious thing is for the team DragonX to actually use that ETH and buy Titan X or stake it, however exactly the mechanics are of it. If it's not used by then, it's wasted. So Eric's a very smart guy. Now, when he times it, who knows? But there's so much there. Even if he started now, it would be a lot every day. So if he starts 30 days before, I mean, the top is just going to rip off of the whole ecosystem.
Yeah, it's funny. I keep seeing Eric, like, every time somebody posts or some dude, he's trolling some guy. He keeps saying, "Well, have you not turned on the ban burn? Today's the best day to turn on the ban burn." And then he'd be like tweeting like a week later, "Yeah, I thought you said last week was the best time to turn on the ban burn." But it's gotta be sometime soon.
Yeah. I responded to that tweet because I thought that was funny. I told him the perfect time to turn it on is 2 weeks. Like, that is when you do it. 2 weeks, full throttle. Can't go wrong with that in crypto.
Yeah, definitely,
way
definitely
2 weeks. So.
I'm so
God,
tired of the
Janus
buy and burn
is
discussion.
What was that, Rich?
Janus
I'm
is
so tired of
going
hearing
into
about
battle
buy and burns.
Yeah,
We need to
that's
come
my
up with
fault.
some new tech.
I will take the blame. I did not mean to bring that up. I'm so sorry. That was totally my fault. Yeah.
Yeah, we need some smart people to come up with some new tech.
Yeah. What was the volume when we started this? Is that 3K?
4K? Yeah. It was 5,400 when we were talking about it. Now up to 6,100. So, yeah.
And broke 10 cents on stream, so it's up to 13 cents now. I love watching. This is a fun game to watch right here.
$1 soon. Not financial advice. Fuck your P-Day. Woo, Janus Tower, number 20.
P-Day to $1. ORX to $10. Somebody was, I forget which DJ chat we were in. Somebody was giving me some hell, like, what do you mean P-Day to $1? ORX to $10. All right, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take that too. Yes, sweet.
Yes, ORX is doing amazing things. Shout out to Super Shadowy as well. Another guy that's just building straight utility, adding so much to this ecosystem. This next launch, Orin, is I think going to be very good for the whole ecosystem. You look at, I think his chat is the most bullish out of any chats. Like that chat's just running nonstop.
Yeah,
there's
he's a
lot
real
of activity
testament.
in there. Yeah, there's a lot of activity in there. It's great. It's great to see. Another yeah, I'm just glad that it was a strange time. I don't think like the time for putting in your ORX mitten and sticking out the vesting. I'm just so glad that at that time I did participate, and I'm still holding strong onto all my vests.
All of them.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best plays I've made in Titan X. Like easy.
That's because you missed Baby DragonX, but that's fine.
I did do that. Yeah.
You missed the Baby Dragon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a holder now. So
Now you're a holder.
yeah.
I mean, it's still in a great place. Like the Baby DragonX is really interesting. It'll go down to 300,000, and then it'll go up to 600,000. It's just up and down, up and down, up and down. And the V3, so the fees from the V3 are in a smart contract. It's publicly callable function. It can only go in the buy and burn. So that's the only place it can go. Like it's not going to James. It's not going to any no allocations like that. It can only go into the buy and burn. So all the DragonX that accumulates there, straight to the buy and burn. So we love volume.
And a leverage play on DragonX.
And leverage play on DragonX. Leverage play on DragonX.
Were you going to say something there before, Rich? Were you?
I forgot.
That's it. See, his attention span is about 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
if he ever says something you disagree with, just talk for 30 seconds and you'll forget about it.
If I'm mad, just pause for 30 seconds. No, I'm actually setting my liquidity with the new X28. I'm sorry, Tower 28 that I just bought, and I'm putting it in there with my other balance.
Yeah,
I mean, I put a billion Omnichain SMOKE over there. I'm going to put a little bit in the LP promotion. I'm going to put a little bit with that. I'm going to put some in Janus 28. What do you call it? Just number 28. I call it Janus 28, but it's really just 28.
It's Tower 28.
Tower 28.
Yeah, the official name is Janus Tower 28, but I made the ticker to just be the emoji of the Tower 28.
Yeah.
Tower 28, I think's the shorthand.
Yeah.
Good times.
Like
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
No, I wanted to give a shout out to another guy that's working his ass off in the ecosystem, Trader Lee. He's even putting a lot of time into covering other people's protocols as well. Consistently putting out stats, tweets, and things like that. But it's good to see that him and Sal are starting to put a little bit more effort and energy into Ascendant as well. I'm excited to see what they come up with. Hopefully, it'd be nice to maybe get those guys on stream maybe next week. I'll ask one of them to come on next week, talk about what they've got cooking. And again, it's so hard to cover everything. You guys come on and keep me updated fairly often. James, hope you'll come back on a bit more now that we really are into the banana zone here, hopefully. So yeah, feel free to come back on and keep us updated. As we run here.
I like the name. I like Ascend Land. It's catchy.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I want to second you on that. Ali, kudos to those guys. And I reached out to Builder Lee recently to get his input on something, and he was very receptive and helpful. So I second that opinion. And also shout out to, Utah. He's always out there, never gave up, just constantly grinding. Shout out to Dave and Smooth, Awesome Dave and Smooth. I mean, they're back in the background grinding away. They're helping us with this 6-pack project. So we're looking forward to take this to the next phase.
Yeah, I know. One thing I think I do feel like I need to do is I'm really still popping on here and doing one stream a week. I really think now is the time to be really putting a lot more effort into streaming. I've got a lot of stuff myself to talk about over the next month or two. So, yeah, what do you guys think about that? Should we be doing? We should be on streaming maybe a few times a week rather than just once a week.
It's hard to
Yeah.
say, but I am trying to commit to streaming more. So reach out to me and I will try to make myself available because it is something that I personally lack. Like I'm good at building. I'm not good at marketing. I'm working on that. I'm working on it.
Yeah, but
I
it's
do
just
think
it's just time, isn't it? It's fine. It's getting the time and energy and headspace to stay because these things, yeah, doing all these other things, you'd be so damn busy. Eric did put out a really good quality video. I will give him that. The one he put out there a couple of days ago was 7 habits of was it 7 bad habits?
Seven things he learned in the past.
It was a well put together
definitely
video.
worked good.
Yeah, he put a lot of time and effort into that, a lot of time into editing and things. So, it was a good bit of work from him on that. Yeah, it's just difficult, very difficult to find the time to sit to be able to do that stuff as well.
Can I share my screen? Because I replied in that thread where he was talking about it.
Yep.
So am I sharing? Is it actually sharing?
Yep.
Okay. So Crypto Connoisseur said, he had a tweet there, and then Eric said, "Hey, new YouTube just dropped. Check it out." I watched it. I commented on it, and then somebody in the reply said, everything was great, but you've kind of lost your serial killer look. And I said, and this is like an old meme, like this is one of the first memes I made, but this time I used blood, like I use a blood font. And this is Jared Leto, which looks very much like Eric in some way. He loved that first initial meme. So I said, let me stop you right there. The serial killer vibe was so last cycle.
That's pretty good.
So, yeah.
Wait, so he's not evil Eric anymore? Or
well, he's not as evil as he was until he sees this. Then let's see what happens. He may come back.
Will you click on his name? What's his banner looking like right now? Because I know he had the evil Eric banner.
Nope.
Yeah, he's still got it
out there.
He's still got it. His banner.
Oh. He's still hated by
Dr.
many.
Evil right there.
Up here.
Yeah.
You could put me on that list.
The
what list?
Yeah,
The
what
hated list, the hate Eric list.
Oh, come on. How could you hate a guy who's I don't know. I mean, for me, he was a great mentor for Baby DragonX. I've met him in person. I met him at an event last year. He's very tall. Like it was like he's probably 185 centimeters. He's at least 182, which is like 6'4", 6'5", and I'm only 5'9". I felt like a really short guy next to him, but he was super helpful in the Baby DragonX stuff. His devs built it. He gave some terrific ideas for it. So I'm a big fan of Eric, and not everyone is, but everyone's different. That's what makes the world go round.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what I love is hate him or love him, he's on Team Titanx. He's working to support Blaze, Baby DragonX, Smoke, Helios,
Awesome X,
all of
Scale.
those. We're all on the same team, whether you like each other or not. That's what I love about this bonded liquidity play. Is you don't even have to be friends, but we're still working together as a team, even though we're not a team. We still have that one goal in mind. So, pump my bags, Eric.
Yeah,
Bags. Yeah, it's fun. It's funny. I was just flicking down through Titanx Hub today, just seeing, and I think I did mention this before, but like upcoming projects. If you look down the list of upcoming projects, there's a lot of stuff there that doesn't even look like it's actually coming. And there hasn't been anything new added to that in quite some time. So hopefully there'll be a few tasty additions coming soon. And we'll leave it at that. So, James, I really appreciate you staying up late, coming back on the stream. Great to have you on again. Always welcome. Any days you want to lie in, maybe 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. feel free to do that and pop on the stream later that day.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dude,
Great to be here.
absolutely fucking loving the Janus Tower. Yeah, I'll be keeping a very, very close eye on that. And have you been putting out many tweets about it or many X posts about it?
Yeah, like that's all I'm tweeting about the last 3 days.
Okay, I haven't been on it. I haven't been on X much the last couple of days.
Yeah,
but
probably 20 plus posts. I would say.
All right, sweet, because it's something that I think if it gets any sort of attention or volume, it's the kind of thing that could really fucking kick off. There's just so much, it's so many moving parts that there'll be something happening with it every single day, every single minute, potentially, if there's enough people playing. So yeah, fair play. I'm definitely going to be keeping a good eye on that. And cheers for coming on the show again.
Yeah, thanks. And let me know if there's some Pulse fans out there that I need to be reaching out to and tagging.
Okay, sweet. Rich.
Don't have anything to add. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Draw a blank.
Great to have you, Rich.
That's all. Just go silent until he says something. Give him 30 seconds. He'd think of something.
I'm just sitting here digesting what you guys are.
Okay, yeah. Well,
no, I could say something. Yeah, I'm super bullish on Taurus. I'm super bullish on ORX, the Orin launch coming. I still got my day one ORX, whatever you call them, vest or mints, or I'm in Taurus. I got some early Taurus releases coming in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yep.
I like that protocol. I'm really loving the way that works. I mean, if you have new creations come in, it spreads it out over an adjusted timeline, and that is just super sticky. I love it.
That's your new name, friend. Sticky Fingers. That's you.
Oh, Sticky Fingers. That's going to be your new nickname, Sticky Fingers.
Yeah, I don't know how I would ever. I don't know how to say this. When I launch a project, I can't hardly disconnect from all the investing. I'm in all the projects. I love all the projects. So I even like DragonX, despite Eric. I love the token. But
I'm going to make sure I capture that.
Yeah.
Despite of Eric, I still do love DragonX.
Yeah, fuck yeah. DragonX is super strong token. I love it. It's just that him, I can't tolerate it.
That's it.
I'm happy to hear that, though. So you got to put your emotions to the side when you're talking about investing. So I think that's the smart play, to put that to the side.
Yeah. So just on that note, I'm in all the DragonX leverage plays. I see that as a stronger play going into the bull run.
Financial advice.
And there are quite a few of them. There are quite a few.
Okay.
So I'm planning. So we have one of our team members is pretty good at editing. So he is going to take the stream with your permission and slice and dice it up, and put it into those 30-second, 60-second clips, and I'll drop them all into a folder, and then you guys pick the ones you like. He'll clean them up, edit them, make sure the subtitles are right, so we can amplify this, because I think there's been a lot of good stuff said here.
Yeah, there's a lot of small nuggets of alpha kicking about this stream tonight. So everybody, 140 people watching there at the minute. Hopefully you got some value for your time here tonight. Janus Tower 28, looking pretty fucking hot. Yeah. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you again back same time again next week, 10 p.m. UK time for the next weekly blaze. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and cheers to you guys for turning up and sharing the alpha.
We'll see you later.
Cheers.
Sure.
Titan Blaze, the OG we cheer, paying Ethereum dividends, the future's here. 288 days, the cycle's our quest. Ticket holder shine, we're the best. Countdown's close, just a few days to glow. Titan Blaze stakers, let's steal the show. Ethereum dividends flow, our hearts ignite. United we stake in the starry night. 87% the finish line calls. Blaze tokens staked, we break down walls. OG legacy shines, rewards take flight. Together we claim our cosmic might. Titan blaze, our journey's the key. With every stake token, we're wild and free. 288 days, our future's in view. Stakers united, we see it through.